Stay the fuck away. Stay the fuck away. Stay the fuck away. Stay the fuck away. I'm not even gonna bother saying who I am or introducing myself or any of this fucking bullshit. This is just getting so absolutely ridiculous. Everything is so polarized that there is no possibility of a good outcome. And it's just getting worse. Look, it doesn't matter what government was in power when this happened. Shit would have been fucked up. Nobody knew what was happening. Nobody knew what was going to happen. Nobody knows now what's going to happen. And if you even spend a moment thinking that a conservative government would have closed down the borders and the economy more quickly, well, you're fucking wrong. Um, I've been listening to Andrew Scheer, which I've tried to avoid for a long time because I don't like racists. I have a problem with that. Funny, huh? And he's been doing this thing where he keeps saying how the legislature needs to sit properly so that they can put forward legislature. But have a look. There is no media of any kind, even on their own website, about anything they wanted to put forward from long before this pandemic hit. So that's garbage. That's just a straw man. He's just using that to kick. And he literally said today, repeatedly in his address, that his job is to hassle the shit out of Justin Trudeau. That's what he's supposed to do. Well, he said keep him accountable, but no matter of yelling, why didn't you do this sooner or why haven't you done this, is in fact accountability. It is a waste of everyone's time. Big discussion right now about the whole new gun bans. I think that whole thing is pretty simple. Look, there there is no logical or reasonable use for these devices aside from killing a whole bunch of humans quickly. And if you want to have a device in your home that is made for the express purpose of killing a whole lot of humans quickly, well, then you shouldn't have a license to have a spoon. That is a serious fucking sign of mental illness. Oh, I just want to have it. I don't want to actually like do anything with it. I'm just going to keep it here. Oh, it's safe. And yes, the banning of assault style weapons in Canada, the cost of it is quite high for a buyback of some kind. But fact of the matter is that every penny spent doing that is going to make every penny spent on our border security that much more effective because there is no way to legally have one in Canada now to start with. So it can get stolen or absconded with in some manner and become an illegal weapon. They have to come through the border in one fashion or another. And therefore, tighter border controls will work better. There's no actual discussion anymore. There's no actual reasonable listening to one another's views. And this is what has caused everything aside from the actual virus itself in our world, geopolitically speaking. It's absolutely ridiculous. People don't know who to believe. We don't know what to think. We don't know who to trust. And then we got this happening. And our opposition parties, are more interested in starting fights for no reason than they are in actually getting things done, which is proven by the fact that in the end, not only do they sign all the legislation that is being passed about COVID, but they were bitching that people weren't getting enough money 5 days ago and are now bitching that they're getting too much after they helped increase all of these allowances. It's not going to work at all. None of this will work until proper open discussion is had. It doesn't matter what color your fucking tie is, be it red, blue, orange, or green. If you're here for Canadians, then fucking stand up for Canadians. Stand up and be a Canadian. Because that's what we need right now. And sure, the gun bans didn't do nearly as much as a lot of us would have hoped would have happened. But fact is, it's a much needed security blanket at a very bad time in Canadian history. So sure, it's not going to fix everything. It wouldn't have stopped necessarily, any of the horrible tragedies that are being brought up repeatedly in light of this. But what it would have done is made those illegally obtained guns that much harder to get and that much more expensive because they weren't already in the country anyway. And that has to mean something, a little bit, anything. And the fact that it meant enough for our government, instead of trying to stand as hard as they could behind their promises of having a buyback scheme with this, they changed regulations so that they didn't need to go through legislation to do this. It's not always the thought that matters, the thought that counts, but and this time it's more than just a thought. And every decision they're making is more than just a thought. So no matter how much talk of this, that, and the other thing, which may or may not happen in the future, may have already happened, none of that is effective. None of that is useful. All that matters is what we do and what we choose to do right now. And how we move forward with that, not back. Yes, studies will be done, questions will be asked. All of those things have a place. But right now, unless the government offers a plan of free sarin gas to anybody who wants it, they're doing a pretty fucking decent job handling something that none of us had any idea was coming. So let's just keep looking forward to that day when we can have hugs again, but realize that no firm date can be put on it. And let's try and use our time more wisely to get actual information instead of demanding these dates. And why didn't you? And why aren't you? If you want the government to do something, make a suggestion instead of slamming them for not having done it already. And on that note, stay the fuck away from each other and wash everything a lot